Hello.
Good evening, everybody, from Deep South Homestead. This is Danny and
Wanda.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
I can remember today.
She can remember today. All right. So glad to be able to be here this evening. We're going to give it just a few minutes here to see how many people pop in, if anybody. They should.
They should, but, you know.
Everybody knows we come on at this time. It just takes, we got about a 15 to 20 second delay.
Yeah.
So it'll take a few minutes for everybody to actually realize. There we go. There's
Red
Mark.
Duchess.
Amber. April. There they come.
Michael and Raymond.
They're starting to fill in here.
They'll come on in.
The notifications are getting out there.
Every now and then.
Every now and then,
yeah. Yeah, YouTube is really doing some weird stuff. If you don't see Deep South in your thing, click on and resubscribe. Yes. I had people today say they had to resubscribe, said they just all of a sudden got unsubscribed. Yep. Just Lou and Duncan and Raymond and Arnie and Valerie.
Malcolm and Kathleen and Mary and 7 Degrees and Glenn and Johnny and Tip Top and Deep South Texas and Sharon Jackson.
Whoa. And
Linda Camp. Tony. Okay.
Marshall Farms.
Marshall Farms. Hello, Delane and Tanya.
Yeah, Danny's got some wood ready for Delane to come help saw.
We've got a bunch of trees down. I've been collecting. Yep.
Time to sow. Yes. Yes. Geeky gardens.
Okay, guys. Everybody is getting in here. It's looking good.
Yeah.
A lot of people from Oklahoma tonight. I've been noticing that.
Lori family. Okay, guys. If you asked a question or direct something to us, put it in all caps.
Put it in all caps so we'll be
we
sure
can see it. And not going to guarantee we'll get every question answered. So
no, because we got a busy schedule tonight.
Yeah, we got things going on right now. Just exciting, but we'll tell you that.
We literally just ran in here and sit down.
And then we have a giveaway. So stay tuned for sometime after a while.
Sometime during the program.
We're going to have a giveaway.
Whenever the urge, the urge of the mood hits us, we're just going to say, hey, we fixing to give something away.
And you have to be in the chat, and you have to be the first person that answers the question when we give it to you.
Yes.
Right.
Answers it right. I don't even know if I remember the question, but I guess I'll think of it here.
Yeah. Hey, Jen. She's in
the Nut House. She's in Utah this weekend.
Yeah. So where are we going to start?
Oh. Where to start? Maybe at the beginning would be a good place.
What have we done all week?
We have done nothing but gardened and canned all week long.
Guys, we are not going to starve.
We're not going to starve.
No.
Not at this point, anyway.
I've got pictures.
Yes, we do have. We have pictures.
I almost forgot because I got excited over other things.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start at the...
Let's start at the top. How about that?
Well, that's actually what I did today.
That's what you did today, wasn't it? Okay.
This, let's start here.
Okay.
This is a few of the onions and garlic that we pulled this week. They're not real big onions, but they were about...
They're better than what we've ever grown.
About 2 or 3 times the size of what we've been growing. So these are...
it's the first ones that died and fell over.
And the little teeny things are garlic that has been drying. That's our...
Yeah, that's our Asian garlic and... What's the other one? China. We have one from Japan and one from China. China stripe and the Japanese garlic, the white Japanese.
And...
Okay, hold on. Well, you got to keep your eye over here.
Yeah,
what do you feed? No, we got to do this.
We can't answer that one now.
Yes, we can.
Because that's going to take us into...
We can tell them what we feed our rabbits. We feed our rabbits weeds.
Nothing.
No. We feed our rabbits weeds out of the garden. Leftover things like turnip green stems or collard stems and stuff like that. And we do feed them some feed. So that's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue on with the pictures.
We'll talk about the rabbits in a minute anyway. All right. This is the garlic and the onions with a rogue.
We got 3 or 4 mustard greens coming up, and we're gonna let them go for
a little while.
You know, so that'll make seeds. Like, you wouldn't know Heidi. This has got to be Heidi.
Why?
I said China garlic, and she goes, "Yes, Chinese." You know, it's got to be Heidi.
Of course. Hey, Miss B lady. I hope she's feeling better.
She's feeling better over the flu.
Okay, so that's part of our garden. This is Danny's Cherokee Tan Garden.
Yep.
And behind it, there are some green beans. We planted in the twice
and got none of them to come up hardly.
So we've got
because of the cold weather, we only got a few
gonna...
plants there. But the Cherokee garden is the main thing here. We've got 4 squashes down through the middle of it there. We just planted our Trail of Tear beans around the outside of the White Eagle Cherokee corn.
And that's the Hopi gray
squash? The Hopi. No, it's not Hopi. It's Hopi.
Hopi. Okay.
Yeah.
And back in the background is our tall English peas that are going to die in the heat this week.
Yes, because we are in the midst of a drought.
Yeah, it didn't rain today.
It did not rain. We've had no rain for several weeks.
Hey, Haywire. I see several people, and Grandma Rose and different ones. Okay.
Grizz.
Yeah, I saw Grizz popped in.
Let me sit back up here. I'm about to slide down this chair.
Okay, y'all know we dug potatoes.
Look at this, guys. This ain't even half of the field.
And that's after I canned.
Oh God!
I don't even know how many jars.
Well, look on the table. You'll see some on the table. We've already took some to the cellar. Yeah. We probably canned 100 jars already, wouldn't you say?
Let me show you up close. Let's see where it went. Right here. That is some of them. That's carrots, English peas, and potatoes. I've put potatoes in the cellar. Somebody wants to know when your next book's coming out. It'll be a while because we ain't got time to work on anything right now. But we've took this much to the cellar at least once, if not twice, because I put turnips and roots and potatoes and more carrots and all this stuff is going to the cellar this week. This is only what I've been doing this week, and that's not all of it, because today, you want to tell them what you did today?
Today I butchered rabbits.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I butchered every rabbit we have. I cleaned them out.
We had the building that we needed our chickens in, had my rabbits in it, and we only had 5 left, and we decided to clean house because Mama Rabbit's 2 years old. And in the fall, we will get a new 2 mamas and a daddy and start over. But instead of feeding them all summer and not really getting a lot of return, we just went ahead and butchered. And this is what I did.
Tammy, we got to look over here and keep questions going. Tammy wants to know. Tammy's Dirty Boots wants to know how do we water all of it?
Lots of hoses and stuff. Anything that's in the field away from the house doesn't
get watered. But now one of our fields is in a low area down here, and it's naturally wet down there, so we don't have to worry about that field. But everything else today, we pull water hoses all evening long, watering and watering and watering.
And this is what I did today. I went ahead and processed the rabbit. What do you call it? The rib cage and stuff.
The rib cage, yeah.
And
neck bones. I mean, things like that.
So I ended up with 4 jars of rabbit broth with a little bit of meat in it. And to fill out the canner, I always do this combination canning thing. Dried beans need to go for an hour and a half, just like the meat does in broth. So I did adzuki beans, thanks to Jen at the Nut House. And now we have 3 jars of adzuki beans ready to make whatever I get ready to make with them.
South Georgia Hydroponics, we butcher all of our rabbits, even the old ones. We can pressure cook them and pick them off the bone and make broth with them. CB Wife says, have you found Dexter a female yet? And guys, that's one of the things we want to talk about.
Yes.
We have found 2 females that we would love to have. Miss Sherry from 7D Farms has 2 female cows or calves that are Dexters and Jersey Cross. One of them's a pure Dexter, was a Jersey Cross. We would love to have them. The only problem is we have no way to go get them.
Yeah.
It's about a 4.5 to 5 hour drive to where she's at from where we're at, and we have no way to go get them.
We could go there. We just don't have a trailer.
We don't have a trailer or anything, nor the time, actually. But
yeah, to drive that much in one day.
But we would be willing to pay someone if we knew somebody who could go get them and bring them to us.
Or somebody that lived close enough in her area that would like to pick them up, that has the trailer, and bring them to Deep South. We would pay them to do that.
Yeah.
For the gas and stuff.
And that would bless Sherry and them by selling their calves, and it would bless us by
getting Dexter,
a Mrs. Dexter, you know.
So if anybody lives in that area, please
contact us. She lives in Water Valley, Mississippi.
Yeah.
In that neck of the woods. We don't know exactly where. We just know she lives in Water Valley somewhere.
Yeah. So we need... Yeah, somebody was asking.
CB wife, she's in Water Valley, Mississippi. It's about 4.5. Well, it depends. If you're pulling the trailer, it's probably going to be 4.5 to 5 hours
from here.
Yeah.
So if somebody lived in that general vicinity and did not mind getting them and coming visiting Deep South and us paying for them getting them here, you know, because we're going to look on a site online and see if anybody does that. But, you know, I'd rather somebody I knew. The lady said they brought back their goat once in the back of a van wrapped in a blanket. Well, I told Danny if we could put it in the truck, but there's 2 of them, and I don't know how we'd get up there and get 2 pretty good
200-pound size calves, or 200 plus.
They're a little bit big to be riding 4 to 5 hours in a truck.
Yeah. Beth, what I did different this year was I put ammonia sulfate to my onions every 2 weeks and kept them with plenty of water.
Do we have any summer squash going?
Nope, everything we got planted is actually winter squash.
Yeah, well, we do have 2, in my herb garden, I have 2 yellow crooknecks that's not doing too good in there because I don't know what it is about my herb garden. Okay, so we do have that, but let's see.
But we have found a mate for him. It's just a matter of just getting.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of getting them here.
Getting them if we can. If not, we'll have to pass and wait until we can find some closer. This is our containers.
Yes.
That has our butter peas in them, and the butter peas are looking awesome. And Danny had to go water. I mean, we hook the hose up, and this gets watered. And our other containers, I didn't take a picture of them, that have our lady peas and what else did you put down there? Some peppers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a picture of that.
Mark said they planted their Cherokee tan pumpkins today. We haven't even planted. Well, we have some up in the pots. We got to transplant them.
Yeah, I've got about 9.
When do you harvest walking onions? Do you do it continually or all at once? You can do it anytime, really. Once they fall over and touch the ground, or you can do it while they're up on the top of the plant. We just let ours fall over and hit the ground, and when they get rooted this fall, we'll dig them up and move them and reset them out.
Okay, Sherry at 7D is in middle Mississippi or toward upper Mississippi.
She's just Water Valley. Water Valley is about 2/3 of the way up from the bottom of Mississippi.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody planted sweet potato slips and.
Well, Carrie says now U-Haul has livestock trailers for rent, but we've never seen them here.
I didn't see them because I looked online for that, and I did not see a U-Haul with air vents and stuff. They were all closed in.
Yeah.
Somebody said something about sweet potatoes. They just planted the slips. Any hints on growing them? We have a manual out.
I have a sweet potato manual. You can go get that off of our Etsy store, Deep South Homestead .etsy.com. But mainly just don't put too much nitrogen to them because you'll have all vines and no potatoes.
Okay, and somebody wanted to know about aphids. I think that's the second time.
That's the second time I've seen it.
So something about aphids.
We do get aphids. We've got some aphids right now on our butter peas, and we'll probably use some Dawn dishwashing liquid and in a sprayer and spray that on there, and it usually will take care of them.
Okay, somebody says when you can potatoes, doesn't it make them mushy? No, not really, because
it depends if you do it right. No, don't follow the ball book. Now,
the ball book says to pre-cook them for 10 minutes.
Don't do that.
If you do that and then you pressure them for 35 or 40, whatever it says, you have mushy potatoes. But we only I only put them in the hot water for 2 to 3 minutes. And then I take them out and put them in my jars and pressure them, and they still, when I open them, they still are potatoes. They're not mushy. They're not falling apart.
Yeah. I have some lettuce, the green leaf, and it is good. Charlotte, we love our green leaf lettuce. We eat it every day. It is just, and it's still doing good. It's fixing to start bolting, but it's doing good.
Okay, now B Lady says, how long is the drought supposed to last? It was supposed to rain.
It was supposed to rain today, but as usual, it missed us. We've been 2 weeks without rain now, and I've looked at the extended forecast. There's no rain for the next 10 days, and it's going to be in the 90s.
John wants to know when's the next book coming out. The English Pea book is out now. That's our newest one. It's on our Etsy store. We just put it out before the gathering, so that's been out, what, 2.5 months? It'll take a while before we get another one. We're not sure which one's going to be next.
I'm not sure which one will be next.
Does canning English peas make them mushy?
Yeah, they're going to be soft. You're never going to have a pea that's going to end up like these are not field peas, you know. I mean, Delane or Tanya, whichever one it is. I mean, it's they're going to be soft. Yes.
Yeah, but they're still good. B Lady said it's 90 and hot.
It's 90 and hot here too.
Yeah. Somebody said neem oil will work on aphids. So the one that was asked about aphids, you might try neem oil. Okay, guys, this is what our cellar is looking like. And I haven't taken all those that are in the dining room down yet. As you can see, most of these shelves are full. A few of them have a little spots. Danny's going to be building more shelves in the other room. We're going to have it this year because we haven't even hardly got started on things. So that's all. Let me see if I think that's it with, the only other thing was the herb garden.
Yeah.
I did a video on the herb garden, a tour of the herb garden, and a tour of the greenhouse, but they are on Crazy Days, and Crazy Days is my channel where I put things like this on it, and it's DAZES. So
Sam, the state will help build a fish pond here. The only drawback to that is if anybody ever wants to come fishing in that pond, because the state helped to finance it, you cannot stop them from fishing in your pond.
Yeah.
Joe says, do y'all have honeybees? If not, are you interested in them? We used to have a company that brought 100 boxes a year here and put them on our property, but they've quit bringing them, and really right now we have nowhere to put them because we have decided to put gardens everywhere on our property that we can.
Okay.
Time to Sow says they love the white picket fence. There's my daughter. She says, hey, I'm late, but I'm here.
Yeah, the white picket fence Danny built, that was a daylily bed. If you go watch the herb video, I tell you that it was a daylily bed. And that white picket fence was not there. There was just a bunch of daylilies. And Danny told me if I would dig all the daylilies up, that I could have a herb garden there. So I dug them all up and moved them to the side of our sidewalk up on the little levee there. And Danny decided one day, he says, oh, it'd be cute if you had a white picket fence. So he had to build me a white picket fence all of a sudden.
Strauser, you can still get ammonium sulfate here. You cannot get ammonium nitrate because people build bombs with it and make drugs with it. But you can get ammonium sulfate all day long, just not ammonium nitrate. Justin says, are the dogs still bothering y'all? Not as bad as they were. They're still barking every now and then, but not as bad as they were. Lower Alabama Piper says, explain your Etsy store and how I can purchase a book. I'm in Southeast Alabama, and we'd be interested in that. Just go to deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com, and you'll find it there, and you can go through, what's the different ways they can pay?
They can pay, you can pay with your credit card. That's, I mean, it's that simple. You click on what you want, and it'll take you to a checkout just like anything else. and you pay with your credit card. But it's deepsouthhomestead.etsy.com.
And if you can't do that, you can mail us a letter with a check in it made out to Deep South Homestead or Wanda, either one, and we'll just mail it to you that way.
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping, yeah. You have to do it plus the shipping.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see. Let's do this right here. You want to talk about this? We want to do a shout out tonight for Teresa and Lee at Stringfield,
yes.
Ridge Farm. Stringfield Ridge Farm.
Yes.
We were really blessed by them. Brought tears to our eyes this week.
We got a package this week from them, and it really showed how much of a caring couple they are. They are just beautiful people.
Let me answer. CB wife, yes, just email me at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com.
What are you talking about?
About the cattle. Okay. So
okay.
But Stringfield Ridge Farms, they came to the gathering.
They did.
And Lee and Teresa are very sweet people. We enjoy getting to meet them.
They have their own YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We're doing a shout out to them because they're such great people. Because I want to show you what Lee did here.
He created
this right here now. I want to see if I can get it.
With his Cherokee background, he sent it to Danny.
Yes, his Cherokee background.
Let me hold it. I did better earlier than you did.
Okay. The arrowhead part of it, or the knife blade, should I say, is made from a particular river rock where he's at, called a chert. Everything on this is completely natural. The sinew in it was made from a deer that he killed last season. The antler was from a deer that he killed. I'm guessing he made the rock. There is a rawhide material on it that's all natural. It is sewed together with sinew from a deer. The only thing on this that is not natural, he said, was the glue used to hold the blade in the end of the antler, which is probably an epoxy. And guys, this...
He said you could use it.
Yes, he said I could use this. And the thing about it is nobody will ever know what stuff like this actually means to me. Because of my Native American heritage. And to hold something like this in my hand is literally... I don't know. It makes me a little bit emotional, okay? I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you what I've got, but I want to answer, why don't we have a super chat for our live shows? We had super chat, and YouTube takes, what was it, 30%?
YouTube takes 30% of whatever you give.
And we decided, instead of our show being about us trying to raise money, we just wanted to have a good time on Saturday nights. So if anybody would like to donate to the cause, I guess you could say, we do have a PayPal, and it's listed in the description of our videos. Or you can buy our products, or you can use our Amazon link, or anything like that. But we do have a PayPal for anybody that would like to help us out in any way, shape, or form. And you can say you want to help with the RV, or you want to help with the cabin, or with fence expenses or chickens.
Yeah.
But Lee made this for me. This is a necklace with a arrowhead on the end of it. And I'm talking perfect arrowhead. It is awesome.
It's awesome. I mean, he make a...
Gotta go this way.
Shirt. There we go.
And I'm not sure what the cord is made out of, but guys, he braided the whole cord.
Yes, it's completely braided.
And it's wrapped with, how do you say that?
Sinew.
Sinew around it. Where am I at? Right here.
Yeah.
I had to find it. This thing is making me go backwards. But it's gorgeous. And I'm just, y'all, this just brings tears to our eyes when we think about these things, that somebody did that. And he has this Cherokee background. And so he sent that to us. But
No, that was Tammy. That was not the arrowhead that I found recently.
No, this was not it. This was one that Lee did. Y'all.
They also sent us this, guys. Now this is an actual feed sack. Now I have not been able to figure out yet if it's an exact if it's a replica, or if it's the actually old-fashioned ones, because this right here is made to come off. Now, right in here where my finger is, there's some instructions there that tells you to soak this in water, and this will naturally come off of it. And there's a book that you can order that tells you how to make clothes out of these feed sacks.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty awesome? Because I remember getting flour sacks and stuff as a kid.
Okay, Stringfield says Ridge. Ridge says replica.
It's a replica. Okay, thank you. That's what I was thinking, because I had seen that several places were making replicas, but it tells here that you can order a free book of designs, dresses, whatever. And I thought that was pretty cool. So you guys, Stringfield Ridge Farms is on here, so click on their little thing and go sub to them.
NC Mr. Tandis has said, I've seen it 2 or 3 times go by. He says, how can I get started into homesteading? That's a good question.
Well, it's according to where you're at.
According to where you're at, I mean, you have to. Homesteading does not necessarily mean you got to have a bunch of land. Homesteading is actually a mindset of being prepared for whatever comes your way. You can begin prepping. You can begin raising some things in containers, raised beds, a little garden, whatever you do to prepare for the future and to try to be more self-sustaining and get away from big box stores and things like that.
So you could start with containers or flower beds turned into growing vegetables. If you have a backyard, you can plow up a little, or hoe up if you don't have anything to plow, but you can hoe up a few little hills and plant some things, and start watching on your food bills and how to change it from boxes and cans to preparing your own food and learning how. Maybe even raising a rabbit or 2 or a chicken, whatever you're kind of interested in.
Yes, we do use our rabbit poop in our gardens and stuff like that. We have amended our soil tremendously with rabbit manure.
And Lee did make the arrowheads. I thought so. That's what we thought.
That's a blessing. I would love to learn that art.
Yes, if he's willing to possibly come show us how to do that, that's pretty awesome.
Let's see.
Several people are saying they sub to Springfield, so great.
Okay.
What else we got going on?
Okay.
Oh, we didn't tell them what happened that made us almost late. We were running around.
We were running around like chickens with our heads cut off here right at the last moment, because I noticed something when I went outside. Here we go, guys. This is what happened. You see this right here? This is our baby turkeys are being born. We did not realize they're like a day and a half early. And it is just totally amazing to us. We have multiple baby turkeys. I've seen 3 that I knew of. And I don't actually know how many eggs is under her. I know that there's a bunch. So we went and moved our gobblers and had to put them in a pen and get them away from the babies. And then the gobblers went to fighting. So we're going to have to go out after the live stream tonight to make sure the gobblers are still, one of them still alive anyway, because they were fighting pretty bad.
Yeah, so we may end up having to butcher a turkey tonight after the live stream. We may have to end up
butchering a turkey, yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Albany Mountain says they got their seeds, and you are more than welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, Lori family saying we could have a class on making arrowheads. That might be pretty cool. So if Lee would come down, and she said he would be more than happy to come show us. Okay, what else we got going on?
Lana Botwell says, do you ever grow potatoes in the summer? No, they will not grow in the summer here. The heat will kill them.
It's actually killing them now.
Matter of fact, they're dead now. We just ain't got no room to put them, or we done have them all dug. Alma K says they've been homesteading for a long time. Nothing tastes as good as homegrown food, and that is exactly right. Yep.
Somebody wants to know what we do about health insurance. We have none.
We have no health insurance. That's one thing. We eat healthy. We try our best to do what we do, and if we have to go to the doctor, we have to pay for it.
Yeah. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
Where do you get your black planter pots? From a landscaper in town. We hit him up. He throws them away.
Yep.
And he gives them to us freely.
Yep. Or you can find a farmer that's got the old black tubs that puts the cow licks out, cow syrup in them.
Yeah.
They throw them away a lot of times. You just get them from them and drill your holes about 2 inches high on the sides where the water can get out of them and they won't flood, and you'll do just fine.
Okay, I think we went through.
Okay.
The only thing we didn't do was we did not show.
Let's show this. That is Dexter. This is our new calf that we got. Half the time we lose him because the grass is about 4 foot deep in many places. And it's just funny to watch him because he doesn't have to bend his head down to the ground to eat. He actually stands up and just eats the tops out of the grass.
And I actually lost him this week. I went out and I think I told it on another live stream, but I went out hunting him and he wasn't in the barn and I couldn't find him anywhere. I looked the whole field over, couldn't find him. And after almost going to the barn a second time,
yep,
I turned around to look, and he was standing in the field. He had laid down in that grass, and when he lays down, you can't
see him out there. You just lose him because the grass is so deep.
And you see he's standing up, and he's almost hid.
Okay. Let's see. Laura says, do the tier green beans taste like traditional string green beans, or are they tougher? No, they actually taste better to me.
The rattlesnake beans that we did have a touch of a sweet taste, so they're really, really good. And your daughter says she got her plant in pots today.
Good, good. Nina says, how do you keep slugs out of the strawberries?
We don't.
We don't. We end up having, they say now, I've not tried it yet, but they say you can put little lids of beer around in your strawberry bed, or you can put crushed up eggshells in there.
Or pennies.
Or pennies in there.
They say for whatever reason they don't like pennies. Now, I've not tried it. I should, I guess, but...
Yes. Kim Jack says the Cherokee tan pumpkins are up and growing good. Thank you for the seeds, and you are more than welcome.
I saw Time to Sow said hers were starting to spread.
Good.
So, that's awesome. The goats have something eating from the shoulders up.
The goats have ruined him.
Oh.
Eating from the shoulders up, yeah.
How old is Mr. Dexter? He is 8
months.
months. How much land would you need for miniature ones? What is the average acreage for cows?
The average acreage for Dexters, you can put 2 Dexters on 1 acre if you've got good grass.
Laura says don't want to attempt her last name. It's Lamontero.
No, Lamontanero.
Tanero? I don't know.
Lamontanero.
Did the goats warm up to Mr. Dexter?
They're getting there.
They stay in the same field without running right now.
And April's just rubbing it in.
What did she say?
Eating deer sausage and onions for supper.
Oh.
Danny. She made sure I knew that.
Do you store water in your cellar or house? We have water in the cellar in case of storms or whatever, so we do have something to drink. And we don't really store water here in the house because we have well water, and if anything happens, we do have a hand pump that we can pump well water.
Yeah, we have 2 wells.
Yes.
Orphan lady asked a question back there. I was going to try to catch it. And, so I just seen it was from her.
Do we listen to the gardening radio show on something? And no, I don't have time.
What do you plant where your little marble peas were? A lot of times we'll plant cucumbers or we'll plant other peas, butter beans.
We've got to pick in the morning again.
Yeah, we'll probably pick about another 10 gallons in the morning.
And then possibly one more time after that. It's according to how the heat gets them. Roxanne says her sugar cane is doing great. Good.
Good. I'm glad to hear. I've been waiting to
see how many people actually their sugar cane come up. Bee Lady said, yeah, put bowls of beer in there.
Yeah.
In your strawberries.
Thanks. Now tell where Mr. Dexter's brother is. I don't know where Mr. Dexter's brother is, to
I don't know if he has a brother.
I don't know if he has a brother or not. Deborah Haynes says, I'm sorry, I'm late.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. We have a Jersey Dexter Cross, best tasting milk ever. See, one of the calves that we're wanting to get is a Jersey Dexter Cross. If we can
that's what we were looking for.
If we can just get them here, we would be more than happy. Oh gosh, it's just like a dream come true for us.
And how do they get our books? DeepSouthHomestead.etsy.com. Our books are on our Etsy store, and it's ETSY Etsy. Lori Family's putting it up for us.
Jenna Nuthouse says, any advice for roly-polies? Well, we let the chickens have our roly-polies.
I loved playing with those as kids. We used to catch them and play with them all the time. Those I've not seen any in years. I don't even know if we have any.
Alexis, yes, field peas grow great here.
Yes, you can grow almost any kind of field peas. Red Duchess still has their sugar cane
in the greenhouse. Well, that's okay because it stays pretty cold at where y'all are.
Do you use buckwheat as a summer cover?
No. We do not use any buckwheat as a summer cover crop.
Marshall says his cane's doing great too.
Good.
What is a good thing to plant in a small flower bed facing west that gets sun from noon to sunset? They're in Santa Barbara, California on the coast.
Ooh, that's an interesting one there because it's on the hottest side of the house. Peas would do good because peas love hot, dry climates.
Don't butter beans like it?
Butter beans, peas, stuff like that.
Now, you're talking about a flower bed.
We're talking about field peas now. We're not talking about
a flower bed, though.
Oh, putting in a flower bed. Gosh, I don't know about
peppers.
Peppers would probably do pretty good. Yeah, pepper would do good, but you're going to have to put some water to it.
Is there anything on your farm, animal, plant, or otherwise, that you don't have but plan to add? Is there anything that we don't have
and plan to add? Those two calves.
Oh.
We've got just about everything we want.
We plan to add the cabin. That is one addition that we planned. We thought we would have it done by now, but everything else started taking precedence. So the cabins got put on the back burner, but we do plan on adding a cabin before long. Crops, I keep adding more herbs all around. We're adding where the cabin's going to be. We're going to turn it into a food forest around it. And so that's something we will be adding more things to.
Leo says, how is the turmeric? Have we harvested any yet? Yes, we have, and it is done fantastic.
Yes, the turmeric did really, really good. It grew some big
roots.
Because I dug some up, and there was 3 huge roots. Like, I planted just pieces of turmeric, however you say it, in the ground, and it grew 3 big finger things, like huge, big as my hand. And we have 3 different kinds of ginger. Somebody's asking. I have 2 different kinds in the front near the corral that we've had for several years. And then Jen at the nut house sent us some, and we grew it last year in the back near our back.
It's up now about this tall.
Yeah, it's up. It's coming back up.
About 4 inches tall. Won't green beans add nitrogen to your sweet potato bed? Yes, they will. Any beans or peas will add nitrogen to the soil. Okay. Let's see. Red Duchess Farm says you will always be adding and trying new things. Yes, we do. We do stick with our reliables because we won't take a chance on our food, but we will occasionally add something new in a separate garden to try it.
Yeah. Did you get your hair cut? Your daughter wants to know. Of course not.
You know better than that.
Let's do our giveaway right quick.
You want to do that?
We reached 35,000 subs just a couple hours ago before we came on. And I told Danny, let's do a special giveaway for somebody here in the...
for somebody in here.
Okay. One thing is a package of Danny corn. See how pretty that is? Let me get the camera to quit moving. And to that we are adding blueberry jam. So, you remember the question?
Yes, I do remember the question.
So, for Danny corn and blueberry jam.
The first person that we see in the chat
and moderators, keep your eyes
keep your eyes open in case we missed something. When I ask this question, whoever the first person in the chat to get it wins. That we see gets this. And moderators, you keep an eye on it to make sure that we're 100% accurate.
Hey, Nikki, and two, it's because when the chat rolls around, you may think your answer came up before somebody else's, but Jen's done said 26. She's throwing a number up.
30, not 26.
But anyway, sometimes ours is delayed, so whatever comes up first on our side of it would be the winner.
Yeah.
Blueberry jam, yes.
Okay, guys, here we go. I'm going to ask the question.
And I'm going to try and watch.
And Wanda's going to try to watch the thing here. Let me get my arm out around here. Oh, it's killing me, my arm being over her like that. Okay.
The answer's 4.
Okay, here we go. Y'all get ready. What made Wanda cry the first time she ever met me?
You.
What made Wanda cry the first time she ever met me?
Let's see how long it takes.
Let's just see now. We're sitting here conscious. We're just waiting to see. Oh, the chat almost come to a stop.
They don't know.
Come on, guys.
Laura Browning.
Laura Browning.
Yeah, several people are coming in.
Okay.
But Laura Browning, let me write that down.
Write that down. Laura Browning is the one who got it.
It was, and you need to tell what it was and why.
It was the dining room. Wanda, all of her life, had wanted to have an octagon-shaped dining room that was all bay windows around it. And when she walked in, she saw the bay windows, and she started crying, and I thought I had done something wrong. I didn't know, I didn't know what was going on. And finally, she told me that had been a lifelong dream of hers to have a dining room that was octagon like that with the big windows in it. So
somebody's asking, how many canning jars does it take to contain the annual harvest for the two of us?
Probably, of everything we grow, probably about 2,500.
We don't can that much every year, though.
But we have about that many.
That's how many we have in the cellar.
For a year's worth.
This last year we didn't can as much as we did the year before, and the year before I know we canned over 1,000 jars last year, and it was probably 700. I mean, year before last would have been over 1,000 to 1,200, and last year 700 to 800, and this year I've probably put up what 200 to 300 already.
We've probably done 200 to 300 jars, and we just getting started.
We just got started.
Yeah.
Do you know of a good place to purchase canning jars in bulk? No, not right off.
Not right off.
I've checked online, and I've not really found anything really good. We have most of our jars, or thought we did, but we're trying to downsize to pints on some things. And I used all the pints, and we have bought pints twice this week, and probably will go back next week and buy more.
Yeah.
Because our stores don't carry that many. You get 2
that's
or
crazy.
3.
We go to Walmart here, and you can get 2 to 3 cases, and that's all they got.
That's it.
There are no more.
Christy just bought her first pressure canner. Yes.
Yes.
We went to Fred's and got more because we keep. I've got enough to start tomorrow, maybe. I don't know if I have enough.
Donna says, how long do canned goods stay good? Well, let me put it to you this way. We've been eating some stuff from 2010.
The cellar's not wide enough to put shelves down the center, but we're going to put them all around the second room. We have 2 rooms in the cellar. So the second room will do.
Oh. Yoklahoma Rock says, I got 2 Premier blueberry bushes last weekend. Good deal. Premier is the best that I've found.
Somebody says you can order from Walmart online, so you might check Walmart for jars online. Let's see.
Heidi says when she tells people in Vero Beach that she cans, they think she's crazy.
Wait till you get here.
Wait till you get here. There'll be
going to be canning your little heart out.
Do you can summer squash? Is it mushy? Yes, we do can summer squash, and Wanda uses them, and it is mushy, but she drains them, and she uses them in like a casserole, isn't it? And
I make a casserole. I also add them to squash puppies.
Yes, like hush puppies. She makes squash puppies.
And then I also do like just drain them, and you can add them to onions and stuff. Kind of, it'll be mushy, but yet it's still good as a side dish, almost like a mashed squash, I guess you would say. I'm trying to find 2 or 3 different things to use them in, but yes, we do can them. And when they go mushy, you just learn to use them in things that it doesn't matter. And somebody wants to know, what is a roly-poly?
Roly-polies live up under the boards and wood chips and just anything laid on the ground where it stays damp and moist. They're just like they look like a little baby armadillo. They roll up and curl up in a ball, and they're usually gray colored and got like 1,000 legs on each side of them.
Sam Finn wants to know about their Concord grape. It's 30 years old and never had a grape on it.
You probably need a mate for it.
It's probably a male.
It's probably a male plant.
Are all of our jars ball? No, we do have some Kerr.
We have Kerr, Mason, Ball.
The Golden Harvest.
Golden Harvest. We have some that have no names on them. They're made for tomatoes and fruits and stuff like that.
Lou, you'll love it. You add your squash. You can add fresh squash. When you're making hush puppies, you can, if you have fresh squash, chop some up and throw it in there and cook it. But if you have canned squash, like I do, I just drain it and get the water out, add it to my hush puppies. Oh, my goodness. That's some of the best stuff ever.
Billy Buffington says, do you have fruit trees? Yes, we have lots of fruit trees.
Almost any kind imaginable.
We have trees right now. We have so many apples on our trees, it is not even funny. We have peaches. We have all kinds of stuff.
Albany Mountain says she had a dream she was back at Deep South working with us. That could come true.
That could come true if you come here.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Do we have any other questions on here? I mean, I want to make sure we get everything covered tonight because our time is running out.
Okay, we've done the shout out. We've done the
subs.
Giveaway.
We got the Dexter thing
we talked about the turkeys, the rabbits. We pretty much covered most everything that we really was going to do.
Other than porch time this past week when things get complicated.
Yeah. I got a Sprite tonight, y'all. It's been a tough week.
It's been a tough week. Wanda's getting her little...
A View is a View jumped in. Hey, girl. I don't know what she said, a typo earlier, but I didn't see what you said the first time.
Let's see.
Lehman sells canning jars by the pallet. Okay.
Okay.
And I know they sell the lids.
I know they sell the lids, yeah.
Yes, you can get the lids in bulk.
Okay. Let's see. We love squash casserole with sausage in it, Stringfield Ridge Farm says. That sounds good.
Somebody wants to know, could I do a video about growing and harvesting ginger? I did not harvest my ginger this past couple of years. I'm letting it grow and produce. But I do dig up a little piece every now and then. You can dig it up and dehydrate it. You can take up pieces and put in the fridge, and it'll last a long time in the fridge, and just use pieces of it. I like ginger tea. I like adding ginger to things like that. So
it's not a problem, Jen, to plant squash in pots. Just make sure you keep plenty of water to it because it'll dry out real fast in our environments.
Thank you, Pam. She said I look gorgeous tonight.
Do you ever have any problems with deer and bears? Well, we don't have any problem with bears, even though there's been one around here. We have problems with deer occasionally, but when we have problems, we usually eat the deer.
Yeah. So we've not seen bears, but we have people in the town close to us that have them. That come up on their back porch.
Mama Cat says, do y'all grow comfrey? Yes, we do. We grow comfrey. We have block was it block 15?
Block 4.
Block 4, I'm sorry. Block 15 has the seeds on it. Block 4 grows from the root. We have block 4.
Yes. Do I need to show on processing horseradish? I am just getting my horseradish going good. Patty Alderman gave me some a little over a year ago, year and a half ago maybe, and mine grew and did really well, but I'm not wanting to just dig it up and mess with it. I'm letting it grow again. It's coming back out now. I'm hoping to have lots and lots of horseradish this year.
Do we have a problem with bears down south? Not yet, but the Game and Fish Commission has released some into the area. Suggestions for pressure canner, dial or no dial, and what brand? Have a glass top stove. Kim, we have a glass top stove also. We use the Presto, 7-quart canner.
Yeah.
It's worked good for me for about the last 13 to 15 years. So I have had no problem. Just don't drop it on it hard and don't slide it on it. Pick it up and move it with care.
Pam was talking about the title, so we're not going to starve.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about all the food that we have that we've been processing all week long and the last month. And no, we're not going to starve because we got a little of everything, just about it. And we do have a lot of people say, how can you eat the same thing over and over and over again? I guarantee you we probably eat more of a variety than most people do.
We probably eat more of a variety, yeah.
Most people run to McDonald's every day and eat a hamburger or Burger King or whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Don't you get tired of a hamburger and fries?
I mean,
every day?
You go to these what do you call them? All you can eat bars. I mean, they got the same thing: chicken, green beans, mashed potatoes, and stuff like that. I mean, it's no different here. It's just that our food tastes so good. If you don't believe me, just ask Brian Laurie, my neighbor next door. He's tell
learning to eat fresh food big time.
He's coming over getting some of this fresh food we got, and he goes, "Oh my God!" He said, "I can never eat store-bought food again. It's just so horrible."
Swamp Pilot wanted to know what brand canning jars do we like the best.
Ball.
We like the ball.
We like the ball, but we'll use any of them.
We use most any of them.
Now, we won't use the lids on any of them. We'll only use the silver ball lids. We will not use gold lids.
Can premier blueberry bushes grow in the shade, or does it need full sun?
Premier blueberries can grow in partial shade. They need at least 6 hours of sunshine, but they can grow up under the edge of another tree if they need to.
Deborah wants to know, is there anything that will dissolve kidney stones?
Yes, lemon water, asparagus juice. There's one other thing.
Danny's had them big time.
I've collected kidney stones like a lot of people collect arrowheads. I've had so many all my life. I've probably had 25 kidney surgeries. I mean, it's just. Yeah. Heidi says Brian is eating veggies. Yes.
All the time, and fresh eggs.
Yeah, he's actually loving the fresh eggs. He says he'll not eat a store-bought egg anymore.
Yeah, and see, Albany Mountains had rabbit when she was here, and she loved it. Things like that. I mean, even Heather went to visit a neighbor's, and they had rabbit. They made a rabbit stew or rabbit soup, and she said it was actually very, very good. She enjoyed it, and so they're learning how to eat all kinds of stuff. And Heather will try anything just once here, and she's not told me she didn't like anything. If I have something, she tastes it.
Susan wants to know, well, first of all, Kay says, do we grow peanuts? Yes, we have grown peanuts. We have plenty of them canned. Susan Leeway says, can we send canning jars to your P.O. box? If so, which size would be best for you? Because they want to help. Pint jars, not the wide mouth, regular mouth.
Usually, yeah.
And yes, our P.O. box will accept them.
Yes, ours does.
Okay. There's two family. Hello.
Jedediah.
This is Jedediah. Yes.
Yeah. Albany Mountain also had some of my almond cake when she was here.
Amy, my girlfriend just showed up.
Oh, girl, are you doing okay?
Girl, we have thought about you and prayed for you and everything.
She's been in and out of the hospital.
If you want to know somebody has something to do with kidney stones, this girl knows about kidney stones.
She probably could tell you something that would bust her.
Yeah, because bless her heart, she's had a lot of problems with them. We just been missing her so bad.
There's Donnie Carter. Let's see, he popped
Wow.
in. Do we have problems with ants? Yeah.
Yeah, we have problems with what's called imported fire ants. Not the regular fire ants, but imported fire ants.
Yeah. Marcia Farm says I make a great mincemeat pie. Yeah. Yep. I've got stuff still in the freezer to do that again. I just hadn't made it lately. Watched the live shows of y'all shelling peas and took me back to our childhood. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, we're going to be doing that again tomorrow, Lou, if you want to just drop by. Let's see.
Okay, could you make a video on how to make your favorite chili recipe? We could do that. View is a view, men, Pam. Yes, that is bullfrogs you hear in the background. We have our windows open because we have a running stream that comes out of the ground right here behind our house. Katie Dead 30 says, have you seen the new blackout mason jars? I seen them at Dollar General. Yes, we have seen them.
Yeah.
They're made for low light foods.
Especially if you keep them in your house where you have a room that you flip the light on, off and on all the time. They're probably better for that.
Let's see here. Sam, do you ever grow popcorn? Yes, I have grown popcorn. It's just that right now we have so much popcorn stored up in jars, I don't see any need to.
Yeah, I'm wanting to grow some, but I think we'll wait till next year.
Amy says she still has the tubes in her back from where they've been draining her kidneys. So she's going back to the doctor on the 10th, and we all please pray for Amy when she goes back to the doctor on the 10th.
Yeah, I'll keep adding people to
put her on there. Well, we always keep her on the list.
Got a list.
Kim says, why do you prefer regular mouth jars over wide mouth pint jars? Because wide mouth jars, we do use some wide mouth jars for things like Irish potatoes, sweet potatoes, apples and pears and stuff like that. But 90% of what we do, green beans, or English peas and carrots and stuff like that, we just prefer the smaller lids because the lids are cheaper, and that's the biggest issue. And they store and don't take up as much space. You can get a lot more of them on a shelf.
Yeah. Terry said she liked the looks of the English pea salad. She said variety can come from the cook, which means having the same veggies is not dull. Yeah, you just learn how to change them because we eat potatoes almost every day.
What, Grizz?
What's Grizz up to?
Where's my hand? Where's the camera at? There is no fingernail polish on my hands, my friend. Neither one to either one does not wear fingernail polish. Oh, there we go.
But anyway, we eat potatoes almost every day. But I can air fry them and make like French fries because we don't fry them. I can boil them and put butter in them. I can mash them. I can bake them. How else do I fix
my daughter tells us my daddy would not be caught dead wearing nail polish.
When he goes to sleep tonight, I'll put some on, guys, and take pictures.
Your mama says, how do you keep fire ants out of your potatoes and plants? We don't. We just try to harvest them.
I thought you were talking about my mama. No. I was looking. The way he said it, I was going, wait, where's
Katie
my mama?
says, have you used Tatler lids yet? I have. They're about a 50-50 success rate with me, so I don't use them anymore.
We have a few, but we just don't take the
chance. We just save them in case we can't get any more. We will use them.
Yeah.
Yes, Laura Alabama Piper, I have used the Tatler lids before, and I do have experience with them. Some people have great success. I had about a 50% success rate.
Yeah, Kathleen says she's not sold on Tatlers either. They're pretty expensive, and if we had to buy enough for like 2,500 jars, it would cost us a fortune.
Oh, it cost me $1,000.
And we just would rather have the silver lids for regular mouth.
I just something about steel I just like.
Yeah, and we just keep those, and we can use them. If anybody wants to buy those and ship them this way, we can use the silver lids.
Yeah, Rich Roofer is exactly right. The lids and the jars are cheaper on the smallmouth. And right now, guys, it's all about saving $1 for us because, I mean, we're in the midst of trying to ramp up our homestead. And we've got so many projects going on that literally...
we're trying to finish some
of them, and it takes a lot of money to be able to do that.
And the deal is, right now we're wanting to get Dexter a female, so we since we found it, we're letting other things go to further our animals right now, and then we'll pick back up on projects.
South Georgia Hydroponics says, why not just spread ant poison on the rows of potatoes? Because we don't want any chemicals around any of our food at any given time.
Yeah.
We do not permit anything to be sprayed or
now
put on our...
thinking about with the Kogon, which is a different scenario here.
I am, though, but I'm fixing to do some alternatives before I actually lean over to a chemical.
Before he uses Roundup, he has a video coming up shortly on what he's going to try, because we've had so many people say you can't use a chemical. Well, we don't want to use a chemical, but Roundup is the only thing that will keep Kogon grass contained. But we're going to try one substance that we think might work, and if it doesn't, then the only alternative is Roundup, because we're the only place out here that doesn't have Kogon grass right now, and it's creeping into our place.
Why do you prefer silver lids? Because the gold ones will rust.
They rust faster.
Fast. Let's see here. We are already at 9 o'clock, so.
Do we have any? We don't have anything else exactly. Did we get through our whole list? I didn't think we'd get through, y'all.
Okay, Danny, if you only had one tractor, if you only had one tractor, what size, make, and model would you like? I tell you what, since I've got the bigger LS now that we bought, I love this tractor. I mean, it has performed immensely.
Once we got away from the 2025.
No, 2035.
No, the one we got now is a 35.
No, the one we got now is a 3135.
Okay, so
the 2035 has a lot of problems with it.
Okay.
And now that we got the 3135, it's been a good tractor.
Yeah. Once you get away from that one that was a problem, and it's still a problem. So that one tractor, but
April says, Danny, you mentioned the video on All God's Children from Jeremiah. Any time frame? I've actually, let me say this, guys. I've only had one person so far that actually got my porch times. One person that realized that my porch times have been about Jeremiah chapter 50 and 51, about Babylon. One person called me and said, Danny, wow, I can't believe that you have hidden Babylon inside your porch times. And I told him, I said, well, my friend, you're the first person who's actually figured that out. But I have been gradually using what Jeremiah 50 and 51 talks about in my porch times, and it's amazing to me that only one person has figured it out, because I told y'all I speak in riddles and parables now. So.
Okay, so CB's wife sent us an email on female for Dexter, and I just saw John Hendrickson. He said tractors save old men's lives.
Yes, they do. Will agree. Yes, 100%. They do. I will agree 100%. My tractor has saved me. It has kept me. It's kept our farm going.
The quilt was made by Debbie, Danny's wife that passed away from cancer. She loved to quilt, and this was one of the quilts that she made.
Brush Be Gone probably works better than Roundup, but it actually is worse and stronger chemical. We're going to be trying Grandma's Rose there. I've got something I've been researching and I've found. I'm going to try it and see if it works, and if it does, I will let y'all know. I'll do a video on it, as a matter of fact.
I just don't know how long it'll take for us to have any way of knowing for a little while, but we'll try it.
Miss Sheila.
Please pray for the Vale family of Homesteading Ways YouTube. Paul apparently passed away. Is that the husband's name, or could you tell me? Because I remember Homesteading Ways had something that happened and wasn't really sure what it was. And is Paul the husband? Could you tell me that, Kathleen?
Heidi's wanting to know, are we going to sell any of the baby turkeys? We might eventually, but not right at the moment. We got to make sure they grow first. And they got to be big enough to take away from their mamas.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, we've been on here over an hour. Okay, they said Sandra is the wife. Rhonda says the husband.
Okay, so it is the husband.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw that, but I wasn't sure what exactly had happened, and so thank you for telling us that.
Yeah.
The husband, yes.
Okay. All right, guys. I think we've about covered everything tonight. As far as I can think.
I think so, pretty much. All we did this week, we did the carrots, the potatoes, the onions and garlic, and then the meat haul where we bought meat cheap at the grocery store, and I had him cut the roast up into steaks. We did cook some a couple of days ago, and they were a little tough, but they were still good when you want a steak.
Barb Simpson said, please pray for her family. Her sister passed away about 10 days ago. Paul was killed in an ATV accident. That's what happened. It rolled over on him. There is a lot of YouTube channels that are experiencing some tragedy, guys. And guys, Porch Time's coming out this week. Be looking for it, because Porch Time this week has been one that God's been dealing with me about for about 2 weeks. I've been trying to get off the hook and not do it, but but he told me at 3 o'clock this morning, get up and do this. Of course,
I've not even listened to it yet.
Wanda hasn't even heard it yet. I told Wanda, I said, I'll actually do the editing if she needs to, because
he's afraid it's going to upset
I'm afraid it's going to upset her. But, I mean, it is what God told me to do, so I have to do it.
But I'm okay. I'll be good with it, I'm sure.
Heart to Heart had a liver transplant I seen there. We need to pray for the people in Hawaii. The volcano that's erupting out there. South Georgia Hydroponics says, please continue to pray for their daughter. Pray for Story. We always pray for Story in her situation.
Team Porch Time.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, but anyway, guys, we need, Grandma Rose says, please pray for her friend Becky, who has pancreatic cancer and has had a stroke. Let's see.
So we Homesteading Ways put up. Okay, she must have done it like in the last 24 hours, because I went over and looked at their channel a couple of days ago and did not see anything. So it must have went up. I hadn't had time to look today. What are the brown spots on your potato leaves? I have the same thing on mine.
It's just the fact that probably chemtrails, things that's falling out of the atmosphere when it rains on, it's probably burning the leaves. That's the only thing we can come up with.
It's time for them to start dying.
It's time anyway for them to die, so it's just part of the process.
Nothing to worry about. Just dig them when the plants start dying.
New Day Farm, we will pray for your husband also. Okay.
We have Kelly from Kelly PB&J. She's having some issues and going to have some blood work and stuff done this week, so we want to pray for her. Nikki and Fred Stanley. Nikki is going to be starting.
Pam says I have cancer.
Oh, I did not know that, Pam.
And Pam, we will sure pray for you.
Nikki is starting her chemo treatments 5 days a week for 5 weeks. And so she asked that...
radiation or chemo?
I think she said chemo.
Okay.
She was in here a while ago. It may be radiation. One of the two. Whichever. I may have got it backwards. And Fred is out of his halo now. We want to remember Amy that was in here a while ago. Yeah. Blake Kirby, his son Luke, did make it home. Luke turned 21 this week. So he is at home right now. He does have a feeding tube. I believe they did put a feeding tube in.
Yeah.
Tim Beverly, B-Lady, she was in here earlier. Miss Charlotte, Dee and Kathleen, and Danny's dad and brother. We want to remember all those. So we got a long list, and he probably won't remember. Nikki did say radiation. Okay, I got it back.
I thought it was radiation, she said.
Yeah. And so
I just know the treatment schedules. That's the reason I figured.
Well, I've never been through it, so I get them mixed up. So Danny catches those things faster than I do.
Yeah, so we need to go ahead and pray, guys, because a lot of us got to get up earlier. Rich Roofer says, I am on my second bout with cancer. So, guys, there's lots of it going on around here, and we just got to continue to pray for it. Watch Porch Time because it deals with that very subject. Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you tonight. We thank you so much for being so good to us. Father, we just are in awe a lot of times at how blessed we are and the things that you do for us. And it's not because we're worthy. It's just because you're such an awesome Father and you love taking care of your kids. And Father, there's so many on here tonight that's mentioned issues with cancer. Lord, I want to ask that you look down from heaven and Father, that you do a miracle tonight and that you heal each one of these people that has mentioned that they have cancer here tonight, Father. Heal their bodies, Lord, because I believe it can be done. I've seen it done, and I pray that you will do it for the ones that are on our live chat tonight here, Father, that have requested prayer for their cancers. And Father, thank you for the ones that's gotten good reports that's come back, that they're clean and don't have any problems with it anymore. And I pray that you'll keep it eradicated from their bodies. And Lord, there are those that have job issues, and some have mentioned financial issues, Lord, and different health issues. And Father, for loved ones that have issues. And Father, there's just so many here tonight. Relationships that have problems. And Father, homesteads that have problems. And Mr. Paul, his life was snuffed out so quickly on an ATV, Lord. Father, it just makes us realize that just how short life really, really is, and how prepared we need to be to meet you and not put that off, Father. And Lord, when we leave behind a spouse and children and things like that, Father, that's tough. I've been on the other end of that. I've lost a spouse, and I know what it is to wake up and be used to somebody being there beside you, and then all of a sudden they're just not there. And friends are gone, and family, leaves you, and everything happens, Father. I've actually witnessed all this, and my heart goes out to people who experience these things, Father. And I'm asking, Lord, for grace and for mercy to be bestowed upon them. And Lord, for those that have strongholds in their life and addictions or problems that they're fighting, Father, I pray that you'll help them to be able to be overcomers, Lord, and be able to live a good life again. And perhaps there are those who are going through divorce, Lord, like Starry and other ones, Father. I pray that they can get their life back on track, and Father, that they can find peace and happiness and contentment once again in their life. And Lord, I just thank you tonight that you've been so good to us, and Lord, you've provided everything that we need. I pray tonight, Father, for everyone in this chat room tonight to have the blessings of obedience as mentioned in Deuteronomy bestowed upon their life, Lord, and to have the fruits of the Spirit given to them. And Father, for financial blessings so that their homesteads can be able to be to grow and to literally blow out at the seams, that they can get their infrastructure in, Father, because we all know that something massive is lurking on the horizon. Father, your scripture talks about it. Our own spirit tells us that it's going to happen. Father, we know that it's not far off. We're beginning to see earthquakes and volcanoes and famines and plagues and pestilences and all kinds of diverse places on the face of the earth that you talked about in Matthew chapter 24. And you said that, Lord, when we see these things, the end is not yet. So we know that it's close, because you said when you see the fig tree bloom, you know that summer is nigh. And Lord, when we see these things happening, we know that it's at our door and knocking now. And Father, I do pray for those in Hawaii that is having to deal with this volcano out there. And there's other islands out there, Lord, that are having volcanoes going off on them. And Lord, I pray for all those people. But Father, I also know that we're living in the last days of an age, and these things must come to pass. And Father, just continue to go with us throughout the night. Lord, a lot of us need some rest. We've been overworked, and Father, we just pray that we can find sweet rest, and we can find happiness and joy and peace. Lord, all the things that a good life needs. I pray for these things for everyone that's in our chat tonight now. I ask these things in the name of Christ. Amen.
Okay, I forgot one thing.
What did you forget?
Laura Browning, please send us a message at deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com so I can send this to you. The Danny corn and the blueberry jam. I want to be able to send that to you, so if you will send us an address at our email. And
yes. Don't post it on here. Send it a private message or either send it to an email.
Yeah, send it to our email. That way we know where to send this. And we thank all of y'all for being subscribers, jumping in on the live chats, just watching our videos.
Just watching our videos, guys. I mean,
we never thought we would get this far. We were lucky to have 100 subscribers. We were just tickled when we had 100.
Yeah.
So we want y'all to know that we're not going anywhere if we can help it. And we're going to have a gathering again in March the 9th here in Wiggins, Mississippi. And it's going to be a gathering. It's going to be just, we sit down and have fun and enjoy each other and enjoy a meal. And
you know what? There's actually a secret behind us.
Really?
Yep. Should we tell them about it or should we wait?
You need to tell me.
We're sitting right here behind this.
Oh, do y'all want to see what's...
Do you want to see what's going to be on this wall here behind us? This is something that I'll be working on in the days to come. I actually purchased this many, many years ago. It's an antique. And we are going to be using this in our room, and we would like y'all's opinion on it. Now, I'm going to step up out of my chair and move it to the side so that we can show y'all. We weren't going to show you, but I guess we will.
You started it. It ain't
my
fault.
Let me get out of there. Let me get over to the side here. We're going to lift this up, and we'll show y'all this right here. You see this right here? This is an actual antique out of an old log cabin that was built in the late 1800s. And I actually took it. Somebody had painted it white. And I stripped it down and left some of the white in it and kind of refinished it. We're going to be using this in our room here as part of the new look here at Deep South Homestead. So we are looking forward to getting this in our room here.
Yeah, they're saying they love it. What he's wanting to do is fix this wall sort of kind of like a cabin.
I want to make it look like a log cabin. I want the mantle to go back to its original, where it came from.
We're going to put it up, and then I want to display some of the things that people have given us on the mantle and around it. I'm not sure how much of it will be in our view at times, but people coming in to visit will get to see it. And we just want to have something where we can display a few things. Because
we've been given so many gifts.
Like this knife from Stringfield Farms.
Yes.
Stringfield Ridge Farm.
Stringfield Ridge Farm.
This type stuff, and we have pins that a man made us that out of wood. We have
one out of wood, one out of a shell casing.
Yes. So these type things are special to us, and we don't have anywhere really to display. So in this room, we want to be able to do that, and this will be part of it.
Yeah.
Now, my candy corn's not going on it. No, Danny's got to make me something special for candy corn. Mine's still in a box. I haven't even got my candy corn out yet.
I'm going to have to build her a special cabinet just for candy corn.
Yeah. John says he wants a Deep South t-shirt. We'll pay for it. John, I think I'm going to contact the company that we used, Bonfire, and do a new Deep South Homestead t-shirt contest, or not contest, but to raise money for the cabin. And I've got a slogan in mind that Heidi from Lori Family gave me, and I'm going to send it to them and see if they'll do it on a Deep South Homestead t-shirt. So be looking for that. It may be within a month or so we may get that up. But we'll start mentioning it when I get it up.
Laura says I'll send it to the one on the contact page.
Okay. That'll work. We have like 3 or 4 emails, so I'll check all of them and try and find it.
Oh. Oklahoma Rock says Cabin Talk Live. Yes.
Yeah, since we can't have the cabin right now, and he's already got these things he needs for the cabin for the fireplace, so he doesn't need this. We were going to use this in the cabin, but since he has the mantle already out of cedar and stuff,
yeah,
we don't need this one.
Lou says, yes, I need a t-shirt too.
Okay, y'all give me about a week. I mean, about 2 or 3 weeks, because they got to design it.
Yeah.
And when I get it designed, it's a campaign. That's what it is. So we will see if we can get that going.
Yep.
So guys, we got to go. I've been yawning.
I think I'm sitting here yawning myself. I know that's
and Danny's got to go see if we have a turkey fight still going on, and we still have more baby turkeys being born. And so just because we're getting off here doesn't mean we're going to be chilling.
Nope. I still got to go do things when I get off of here. So, guys, we love y'all, and we will see you.
And John is watching from Costa Rica.
Oh, cool.
We will see.
Is that where they had the loss of electricity at? No, that's Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Costa Rica. Okay. Anyway, guys, we got to get out of here. I got to go check on turkeys and
I got
find out if I got to butcher one tonight.
Let's hope not.
I hope not.
We're tired.
See y'all later.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.